Should he beat Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas for the WBC strap, he wants to set up a super fight with Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
But yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, you know, they're like prepared me for this moment. You know, I'm
coming back because like I said, boxing is always my passion and I miss boxing. I really love exercise and I really miss boxing.
Is Gervonta Davis versus Manny Pacquiao set for December 2025? Rumors are swirling about a possible mega fight between the undefeated Tank and the legendary Pac-Man. While nothing is confirmed yet, the buzz is growing fast as fans wonder if Pacquiao is planning one final comeback against one of boxing's biggest stars.
One of the most explosive lightweights of our time, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, against one of the most feared and ferocious explosive lightweights in history, Manny Pacquiao. Both men are southpaws and use genius traps to get their opponents to drop their guard and set up hard punches that end the night. While Manny Pacquiao was more of a volume puncher, we all know Gervonta "Tank" Davis was a one-punch knockout artist. Manny Pacquiao also had to chop trees down because he went up in weight throughout his career. Gervonta now is still at what looks like is his natural weight, so he's still able to use that power. Both men used amazing angles. Both men also used amazing momentum punches, meaning they would wait till the last second and then step in and catch the opponent coming at them, and it'd be like a high-speed collision. Tank Davis was great at creating openings to land that one-punch eraser, while Pacquiao created openings in a different way. He would do it by throwing lots of punches and really throwing variations from head to body, but the result would be the same. Both men would stop or knock out their opponents. If prime Pacquiao fought prime Tank Davis at 135 or 140, who wins? Tell me in the comments.
Mario Barrios has expressed both respect and realism ahead of Manny Pacquiao's return bout. According to him, this is not just another match. It's a critical milestone in his career. Facing a fighter like Pacquiao, who has transcended generations, means carrying the burden of proving his worth on a global stage. Barrios acknowledges that for Manny, preparing for someone like Gervonta Davis is not easy. Tank possesses similar physical dimensions to Pacquiao, but brings a dangerous mix of speed and knockout power. Barrios understands that Manny's path is steep, and in that awareness, he finds motivation to prepare at a championship level. The presence of Davis as a looming next step makes this fight even more high stakes.
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, the way he closes his distance, you know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed, you know, similar size. I think Pacquiao might be a couple inches taller. But yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, you know, they're like prepared me for this moment. You know, I got me ready for this fight, and yeah, just going back, you know, taking what I can, you know, from those fights as I always have, and then, you know, just work on everything.
Pacquiao has publicly stated that Gervonta Davis represents the kind of opponent he's interested in fighting. Davis isn't just another name. He's the challenge Manny craves. However, Pacquiao isn't about to compromise his position. He's made it clear that any potential bout must happen at either 145 or 147 pounds, weights that he's most comfortable in. This isn't a demand rooted in arrogance, but in strategy. Manny knows his limits at this stage of his career, and bringing Davis up to welterweight would level the playing field. It's a calculated move from a veteran who's not just looking to fight, but to win.
Any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If he wants, and if he come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe. It's not a problem for me. I'm an experienced fighter, so.
Tank Davis has responded with the type of bravado expected from a rising star. He's brushed off any concerns about facing Manny Pacquiao and declared himself ready, anytime and anywhere. Davis didn't hedge his words. He spoke with conviction, signaling that this isn't a money chase or a media stunt for him. It's a real challenge he's willing to meet.
Just saying him and then fighting somebody like Pacquiao, it give me hope, for sure. It doesn't matter who I fight. It doesn't matter. As long as I put on a great performance whoever I fight, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that.
At 46, Manny Pacquiao is challenging both critics and the biological clock. Most boxers his age have long retired or transitioned to non-combative roles within the sport. Pacquiao's decision to fight again raises the obvious concerns: diminished reflexes, reduced endurance, and higher injury risk. Meanwhile, Davis is in his physical prime, presenting a generational and athletic mismatch. However, Manny's depth of experience is unmatched. His mastery of timing, ring generalship, and strategy has carried him through battles against younger foes before. Still, age remains the undeniable opponent in every second of every round he enters.
Something like a pro wrestler to an extent. You ain't gonna get the fights you want with this dude. You gonna get him fighting Mexicans and gimmick fights like this. Now, the sad part in all this is, in my opinion, is this fight is crazy enough to happen. It's going to make a lot of money. It's going to do good sales. But not only is it box office and big business, in my opinion, if promoted right, looking at this motherfucker's resume, this is probably his toughest fight, in my opinion. A 45-year-old Pacquiao will be the closest thing to a 50-50 fight Tank's been in. And that's sad. That's fucked up. But it's the absolute truth. This is the closest thing he's been into a 50-50 fight, a 45-year-old Pacquiao. Me personally, I don't know what Pac-Man has left in the tank for me to say that this is going to be competitive. It comes to age, speed, and reflexes are the first thing to go. Explosiveness are the first things to go. So off youth and explosiveness alone, Tank should be able to beat the old man. But the fact that this is even up for debate is sad, man. Like I said, stop looking at Tank as a star as a regular fighter. Look at him as an attraction. When he fights, expect to see the bitches come out. Expect your casual friends to hit you up, talking about parties. And
Showbiz, the adult, a respected boxing analyst, recently spotlighted the massive financial implications of a fight between Gervonta Davis and Manny Pacquiao. According to him, the bout could rival the biggest pay-per-view events in recent years due to its unique generational clash. Pacquiao brings historic value and an international fan base, while Davis attracts a younger, high-energy audience. The contrast between legacy and modern stardom sets the stage for an iconic showdown. Beyond dollars, it could also re-energize public interest in boxing, drawing in both nostalgic fans and new viewers.
I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140. By fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at a heavier weight class. Then he could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Tank fight Lamont Roach, take a knee, draw. Grease and
Pacquiao didn't blindly walk back into the ring. Before confirming his comeback, he floated names like Ryan Garcia, Conor McGregor, and Gervonta Davis, each offering different levels of appeal and financial upside. This wasn't a list made for fantasy matchmaking. It reflected calculated business sense and competitive ambition. Pacquiao was signaling that his return wasn't about easy wins or ceremonial appearances. He's only interested in headline-worthy fights. His team understood that modern boxing thrives on buzz, and dropping these names stirred exactly that.
So I'm not sure how true this is, but supposedly Manny Pacquiao's coming out of retirement. And these are the three names that he's interested in fighting. And now, of these three names, which one do you think is the best matchup? Conor McGregor, that would just be a money grab. Everyone knows Manny Pacquiao's skill level is way above Conor's. Tank Davis? Nah, Manny Pacquiao would get knocked out by Tank Davis. I'm telling you right now, Tank would catch him, and Manny's going night-night. Now, Ryan Garcia is the fight that makes the most sense in my opinion. If you guys remember, this fight was heavily rumored at one time. And I think it might even been booked at one time, but it fell through at the last minute. And it makes the most sense to happen. Ryan Garcia is the big name currently in boxing. Style-wise, they match up perfectly. And it's a fight that could go either way. If Ryan Garcia wins, he adds a big name like Manny Pacquiao on his resume. And I know he's coming out of retirement, but still, that's Manny Pacquiao. And if Manny Pacquiao wins, he adds to his legacy and inserts himself right back in the title run. So again, these are just rumors, and I don't know if Manny Pacquiao's really out of retirement. But if he is, the fight that makes the most sense is Ryan
Experts
Garcia.
within the boxing community suggest that negotiations for Pacquiao versus Davis are progressing beyond surface-level interest. Sources say both camps are seriously evaluating logistics. However, everything hinges on how Pacquiao performs against Barrios. If he wins convincingly and avoids injury, the door opens for Davis. For now, There's cautious optimism, but no official announcements. Still, the fact that credible insiders are acknowledging these discussions lends weight to the possibility